This is Saxon Math Course 3, Lesson 97, Star Problems. The first star problem is question 3. Question 3 says that you should roll 2 number cubes. What is the probability of rolling an odd number greater than 2 on both? Well, first off, we need to find our odd numbers greater than 2. So we're going to need to look to the right of 2. There's 3 and 5. Those are our 2 odd numbers that are greater than 2. But there are 6 options, so the probability of rolling a number greater than 2 on one number cube would be 2 out of 6, or 1/3. Remember that when we have a probability of 2 events happening at the same time, a both probability, we're going to multiply each individual probability to find the product. Now 1 times 1 is 1, 3 times 3 is 9, meaning we have a probability of 1/9. Our next star problem is question 6. Question 6 gave us a cylinder and asked us to sketch a net. The cylinder it gave us looked like this. This is a rough approximation of what the net would look like. We would have a rectangle which represents this tube-like part here. If you've got a leftover toilet paper roll, you can cut it in half with some scissors and see that when you fold it out, it actually does make a rectangle as long as you cut the edge very straight. Now, we have our net, which is all the faces of the shape. We have the outside, this rectangle here, and our base on the front and our base in the back, here and here. So this is what the net would look like. It then asks us to find the lateral area. Now, remember, this rectangular's edge here, came from cutting across the tube portion and rolling it out. So this edge here, this one, and this one, come from the outside of the circle. It's that edge there. Now, the outside of a circle is its circumference, so to find the area of this shape, the lateral area, it will be circumference times 2, or the height. So, circumference is pi times r times 2. It's pi times r times 2 because circumference is usually pi times the diameter, but we're given the radius. Our radius here is 1 centimeter. So it's going to be 2 times 1 times 3.14 times 2. 2 times 1 times 2 is 4, so it's going to be 3.14 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 1 is 4 plus 1 is 5. 4 times 3 is 12. There are 2 digits to the right of the decimal, so there needs to be 2 digits to the right of the decimal. So our lateral area is 12.56 centimeters squared, because our units here are centimeters. We are then asked to find the surface area. Now, the surface area is going to be the area of the base plus the area of the base, or 2 times the area of the base, plus the lateral area. Well, we just found the lateral area. The lateral area is 12.56. And our area is found by pi r squared. So there's going to be 2 of them. R is 1. R squared is 1 squared, which is 1. So we're going to have 2 times 1 times 3.14 plus 12.56. Now, 3.14 times 2 is going to be 8, 2, and 6. There are 2 digits after the decimal, so there are going to be 2 digits after the decimal. So we're going to have 6.28 plus 12.56. 12.56 plus 6.28. 8 plus 6 is 14. And 2 plus 5 is 7 plus 1 is 8. 6 and 2 make 8, and we have a 1. So we're going to have 18.84. And it's an area, so we have units, which is centimeters squared. That's question 6. It's a pretty long one here. Now, make sure that when you're asked to find the lateral area, you're not trying to find the bases. Make sure that when you're asked to find the surface area, you're finding all of it. If you're asked to find both, do the lateral area first, because it's going to be a portion of the surface area. Alright, our next star problem is question number 9. Question number 9 says, find the area and perimeter of a rectangle with a length of 2 root 7 and a width of root 7. Well, the area is just going to be 2 root 7 times root 7, which is 2 times root 7 times root 7, or root 49, which the square root of 49 is 7, so 2 times 7 is 14 units squared. Remember, if we're not given units, we have to write a little u for units. Now, the perimeter is going to be the length plus the length plus the width plus the width. So 2 root 7 plus 2 root 7 plus root 7 plus root 7. Important to note, even though these root 7s don't have a number in front of them, there's one of them. So the number in front of them is 1. So we have 2 root 7s, that's 4, plus 1 more root 7, which is 5 root 7s, plus 1 more root 7, which is 6 root 7s. And this is just units because perimeter is a measurement of distance. Question 11 said, sketch 2 rectangles that are similar and that has a length which is 3 times as large on the larger rectangle than the smaller one. So I've gone ahead and sketched that right here. We've got a 1 by 2 rectangle. I'm going to say that 2 is the length. If I multiply the length by 3, I'm going to get 6. If I do that to one side, if I want to keep a similar a similar rectangle, I have to do that to both. So 1 times 3 is 3. Now, remember, the ratio of the area, because it asks for the ratio of the area is the scale factor squared. So our scale factor, what we multiplied by, was 3. So 3 squared is 9. And we can check this out. So 2 times 1 is 2. 3 times 6 is 18. If I put 18 over 2, it equals 9. Notice that using the formula and actually finding the ratio of large to small, we find the same ratio, 9, 9. Question 13 is talking about a shipping company shipping products. It says that it numbers its products 0 to 5 and then sends them to 2 cities, Atlanta and Baltimore. It says that it ships product 0, 1, and 5 to Atlanta, represented here by the set A for Atlanta, equaling 0, 1, and 5, and it sends products 0, 2, and 4 to Baltimore, represented here by B equals the set 0, 2, and 4. Part A says find the intersection of A and B. Now, the intersection of A and B is what number is in both A and B. The number that's in both of them is product 0. Product 0 is in both A and B, which means that product 0 is sent to Atlanta and is sent to Baltimore. Part B says how many elements are in A union B. Well, to find out how many elements there are, we have to write it out. In A union B, we have the elements of A and the elements of B. So we have 0, 1, 2 is in B, 4 is in B, and 5 is in A. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 elements. Elements are just the numbers in the set. Part C says which set represents only the products that are sent to both of the cities. Well, sent to both of the cities would mean the products that are in both sets. The products that are in both sets is 0, which was our answer for A intersect B. So our answer is A intersect B. Alright, we're going to move on to question 18 and 19 next. Question 18 and 19 ask us to expand binomials. So 18 gives us 2x minus 3 squared. Now I want to point out 2x minus 3 squared just means 2x minus 3 times itself. So 2x minus 3 times 2x minus 3. I'm going to do the box method for this one and FOIL for 19. Now 2x times 2x, 2 times 2 is 4. X times x is x squared. Negative 3 times 2x is negative 6, because negative 3 times 2 is negative 6, and x, there's no other x's, so it's just x. Now, negative 3 times 2x is going to be the same as negative 3 times 2x, so it's going to be negative 6x. Negative 3 times negative 3 is going to be positive 9. Now, that's going to give us 4x squared minus 6x minus 6x plus 9. That's going to simplify down to 4x squared minus 12x plus 9. Now, our next problem is 2x plus 3 and 2x plus 3, or sorry, 2x minus 3 being multiplied together. So I'm going to use the FOIL method for this one. We're going to start off with our firsts. Our firsts are 2x and 2x. So we have 2x times 2x. We have our outside, 2x and negative 3, 2x times negative 3. Our inside, positive 3 and 2x, 3 times 2x. And our last, positive 3 times negative 3. Now, 2x times 2x is 4x squared. 2x times negative 3 is negative 6x. 3 times 2x is plus 6x. And negative 3 and positive 3 make negative 9. Here, these two are additive inverses, so when we add them, they're going to make 0. So we're just going to write 4x squared minus 9 as our final answer. All right, we're getting close to the end here. We've got 2 more problems in our starred problems. Question 20 says write an expression using variables for the area and perimeter of a rectangle with length x plus 7 and width x plus 1. Starting off with the area, I'm going to use the box method because we're talking about a rectangle. X times x is x squared. X times 7 is 7x. X times 1 is 1x. And 1 times 7 is 7. So that will give us area is equal to, if we add these all up, x squared plus 7x plus 1x is going to be 8x plus 7. The perimeter is going to be x plus 7 plus x plus 7 plus x plus 1 plus x plus 1. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 x's, so perimeter is going to equal 4x. There's a 7, which make 14, plus 1 is 15, plus 1 is 16. So 4x plus 16 for the perimeter. 25a says describe the correlation of the data. Now we're given a graph here of items purchased and the cost of the purchase. Now, as you can see, as we're going to have more items, the more items there are, the more it costs. Now, all of these seem to be in a general line shape, and it's moving up as we go to the right. If it moves up as we go to the right, it is a positive correlation. We are then asked to draw a best fit line and predict the price of 8 products. Now, when we draw this best fit line, we can see that if we're going straight along this, we hit 4 of the dots. So I'm going to draw a line that goes right along those 4 dots. And that will predict, oh, I didn't quite get to the 8 column there. Make sure that if it's asking you about a certain number of items, that your best fit line goes to that point. So I'm going to use my right angle tool here, and I'm going to say that at 8, the price is 80. So the price of 8 products should be about $80. All right. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Make sure you complete the rest of your homework. Make sure you're taking notes on the lesson video. Be safe and wash your hands.